How do I know 100% the guy in the thumbnail is hosed? He's carrying a plasma weapon. Come on, man. What's good, War Pugs? This was requested by What's Down. This is Scorch Part 1, and this is from Moskoni. I don't know how to say the name. I'm going to butcher it. It's just the way it is. But, Scorch Part 1, and the first thing I see on the thumbnail is some poor guy with a charged plasma weapon and a lot of anger in his eyes, which lets me know he shot this thing off more than once, so his chances of living through the next 5 seconds are minimal at best. So, with all that being said, we're going to check this out. This is apparently a fan animation, and it has only been out for 5 days and almost has 1 million views. You see, this is why I think that fan animations are needed, because yeah, you have the official stuff, you have that, but it's not the official stuff that gets the attention sometimes. It really isn't. I mean, some people are going to pay attention to, you know, the release cinematic trailers and all this other kind of stuff, but nothing, and I mean nothing, garnered the attention for 40K that things like text-to-speech did, or Astartes did. Fan projects are necessary to, you know, especially in a hobby like 40K, to grow your model. And, you know, how many people only know about 40K because of text-to-speech and went down that rabbit hole, or because of Astartes? And both of those projects have been silenced. And I can tell you in no uncertain terms, I've always been upset about that. It is a thing that you just shouldn't do as a company, where you just go after the people that are, through their own volition, going through and putting together things like this. But that's neither here nor there. Companies make terrible decisions all the time. There's so many examples of this. Blizzard, EA Sports. It's not in the game anymore because it's in the loot box. Anyhow, guys, Scorch Part 1. Let's get into this. Oh. Oh. Oh, yay. Dude, no. Let that play. They must be serious. You don't jump into range at that close unless you're really, really pissed off. Oh, that's just sick.
Our mission is clear, and our objective is crucial. We have been tasked with infiltrating the sinister abyss of the Cardinal's dominion and putting an end to his reign of heresy and corruption. This is a semi-covert operation.
Semi-covert.
All have been implanted with an inhibitor device to neutralize any psychic interference he might attempt. Our mission is not just a swift kill. We must ensure his influence is eradicated. We'll maintain open comms channel for coordination, as we will be divided on 2 fronts. The Emperor's light guides us, and we stand as his avenging angels. This is a crusade of righteousness, and the fate of this mission rests on our shoulders.
This is sick.
Surrounding units be advised. Airlocks disengaged. Hangar gateway 11. Stand by.
I will go into all of this and why I'm loving it in a minute. The Imperium is pissed at you.
Oh, damn it! They've breached Sector 4! Ready the flak cannons! Brace for impact! Moving, guys! They're moving!
Yeah, that's a problem.
I thought our dreadnoughts glassed this sector! Get focused on the objective, goddammit!
Unidentified object on a rapid descent trajectory. Sector B776. Likely hostile.
Oh no.
Armature class! Armature class!
Systems online. Proceeding to engage.
That hurts.
Shit!
Target acquired. Engaging armor.
He Hadoukened that.
Now at 5, engaging marked target.
Oh my
Right
god.
formation and approach with caution. Fox 1, out. Armature neutralized.
God. My god.
Push forward! They're breaking through! Ugly piece of shit!
You are nothing but a pathetic pawn. Your so-called emperor is a rotting corpse on a throne of lies.
Very nice. Goodbye. Dude. This is too good.
Commander, we've reached the designated position. Our armored battalion was highly successful in bringing down the anti-air emplacements.
This is too
Although
good.
our recent aerial bombardment campaign has had a negative effect on their main ammo depot. The facility is directly in sight, but the shield barrier is active.
Relay our demolitions team and get a Cyclops into the rear trench line immediately. There are ticket past That shield barrier! Once they breach it, detonate the charge to take out the barrier and the nearby ammo depot. The explosion from the facility is our gateway to the Cardinal's location. Once we get in, we take them out and go home!
That's motivation. Let's go. Oh. Boom!
Box operator, north side, sector 14, come in.
This is radio operator Farah. I read you, Sergeant.
Farah, we need those remote-controlled Cyclops tanks deployed immediately. You're the only way we're getting past that shield barrier without suffering
Oh
major
my
losses.
God.
I need to confirm with you that there is at least a single tank left behind enemy lines. Is that clear?
Copy that. Signal is recovered and tanks are en route.
Make preparations to initiate the reactor cores on the Dreadnought. If there's even a hint of a breach in our shields, alert the High Cardinal at once.
Approaching target. ETA 20 seconds.
Cyclops in position.
Oh my
Detonating.
god.
We're approaching the Cardinal. Stay vigilant.
Let's go. Oh. Whoa.
In the cold embrace of the void, we find true warmth. In the deafening silence, we hear the whispers of the war. We gather here to cast away the shackles of reason, the illusions of order, and open our minds to the boundless potential of chaos. Chaos cares not for your past, your titles, or your loyalties. All that matters now is your desire for power and the strength to embrace it. You stand on the threshold of enlightenment, ready to take the first step into an abyss that will reshape your very existence. Sacrifices will be made. Of that there is no doubt. Yet in the face of pain and suffering, you will find strength.
Nah.
In the depths of despair, you will discover a newfound purpose. For the weak shall wither, but the chosen shall rise.
Oh
Let the
no.
past be consumed by the flames of the warp. For tonight, you will be reborn!
Dude, just nuke it from orbit. Let it be done. If you have orbital superiority, just nuke the whole place from orbit right now. Just do it. Oh, that's just a bad sign. Oh, that is a horrible sign. Okay. Yep. Oh my. There's so much to go over here. There's so much to go over here. There's so much to love. First off, let's just track back. Let's just track back. To say that that is a suicidal warp jump is way past the point of absurdity. You have seriously done something to massively piss the Imperium off if they're willing to jump that close to a planet for any reason whatsoever. That kind of jump is considered almost suicidal. So you have truly and deeply pissed off somebody in the Imperium if they're willing to make a jump like that in the slightest. Secondly, I absolutely love this. These shots are just beautiful. There's so much going on. There's so much happening at the same time. And it has been marvelously done. From the briefing to the be-real shots of the ship, everything in here has a polish to it and a shine that just reflects the setting as a whole. I can tell that when he went for his color palette, he either was doing it in starker colors and then quite simply did with... Okay, so recenter my thoughts. One of the things they did in Saving Private Ryan that gave it that gritty, realistic feel was they pulled about 30-some% of the color. I might be getting that figure wrong. I probably am. It's been a long time since I've even thought about it, talked about anything like that. But they pulled a good percentage of the actual color out of the film itself, and that gave it that more darker, more gritty feeling to it. This encompasses that same feel. Every shot in this feels oppressive. Even on the Imperium side, it feels oppressive and dark and, dirty. It just feels just grimy, and it's perfect for the mood of the setting. Because of that color, it makes everything stand out. It makes the battle damage that has already been sustained to this person's armor stand out in more stark relief than it would if this was more of a brighter image, in my opinion. You can also see marks on the butts of the weapons, things like that. This was very meticulously done. Now there are some shots that he reuses certain models for, but that is the most minor bitch of any minor bitch that has ever existed in the history of minor bitching. And I'm not like that. It doesn't even equate. Just look at this. The way each one of the models are done, the damage sustained, the way that the uniforms are not the same. They all have different qualities. There are no main characters at this point besides a few of the officers. Secondly, I love this here. This here is absolutely immaculate. I absolutely love that. In particular for this reason here. So, one thing that I really, really appreciated throughout the entirety of this was the amount of things going on in the background that wasn't focused in on, but was just happening on the screen when everything was happening, everything else was happening. So the main objective of what you were supposed to be seeing was kind of front and center in the screen, but there's so much stuff happening everywhere else that is just there for you to see. So oh man, it's just absolutely and totally beautiful. These three tables right here, purely nav tables. I don't know of anything in the lore that says they exist, but it makes sense for them to exist. And anybody that wants to sit there and say, "Well, no, it doesn't make sense," fight me on it. They exist. This is now my headcanon. This scene, in and of itself, is absolutely beautiful. And the fact that in this scene earlier, it was specified that this is an Oberon class, good choice. Oberon is a battleship that's more akin to a carrier than anything else. And the Valkyries in here... Now, would the Oberon be this low to the ground? No. This is a stylized shot, and I approve of it. I massively approve of it. Let me see. These shots here just show whatever is happening at this particular moment. The Imperium is in a gargantuan campaign against it. And it's the Blood Pact. We know what's happening in terms of it. Now, the Chaos models are just like... Hold on. Once more, the Chaos models are once again absolutely well done. Absolutely well done. Let me advance a little more. Flat cannons, of course. And we don't need to see the flat cannons blowing things out of the sky. The sheer fact that they exist let us know that this is... There is a anti-air campaign, ground campaign, whole 9 yards campaign. It's all over the place. This is... I can't even with this. The dialogue was what did it for me in a lot of ways. The dialogue in a lot of ways made this so great and so gritty because you would expect these curses to be thrown out. You would expect these curses to be thrown out in the middle of combat. Secondly, you guys, this is an autocannon, and it would make sense for it to be used in the front lines. It would make sense. Las guns are one thing. Las guns are a logistical miracle, but they're not the only weapon out there. The autocannon is still the gun, the actual I pew pew shoot, hammer hits, firing pin and ignites powder. That is still a thing in the Warhammer universe. That is still a thing in the Warhammer universe. And they're called autocannons or stubbers or whatever you might want. But this in particular here, I loved the fact that not everyone was just using las guns. There's just such an amazing... Another thing. Let me keep on going. I love the fact that when he put in the Mechanicus Adepts, they weren't just a massive, like, spreading out of mechadendrites and things like that. Because not all of them are. Most tech priests, you're not going to notice that something's up with them. Well, I say most. Some tech priests, you're not going to notice with some of them that they're actually modified until they actually, pull back their hood or something to that effect. You're not really even going to notice it. It's just not going to be there. Treating of the wounded. This guy, though... imagine looking up at the sky and, he senses a disturbance in the force is what's going on. Because the touching down of this, and it kind of makes sense who's inside. But this thing... Oh, my God. The Armatura is... We can... Oh, yeah. I love that little detail. We all knew what was going to happen, but... the fact that it happened... Oh, yeah. From the ground up, these... everything in here... So, they don't... The one thing I love the best in this shot right here is the fact that you have the medics... The medics are in a triage area by the looks of this place right here. They're in a triage area. They're kind of protected by a little bit of terrain, not that much. They're not concerned about the armored turret because that's not their job. Sometimes you think that people be running, screaming for the hills, but they still have their jobs to do, and they're still going to them. So even with all this going on, this medical area, they're still tending to the wounded over here, and they're letting the others take this out, because even though this is absolutely terrifying, they know flat out that this thing's going to get taken out. It's not going to take on everything that's coming at it. It's just not. Hadoukening a tank, though, that's some scary stuff. Oh, yeah, baby. I have no words. These are transport shits unless I'm completely and totally blind. I love the diving of... I'm pretty sure these are lightnings, unless I'm brain dead, and they're not. In which case, throw shade at me for getting that wrong. But my brain hasn't been going well for a long time now. One second. Oh, well, that's nothing. Every single shot has something new in it. Every single shot has a multitude of things going on, but the central story continues to drive forward. This is just brilliantly done. Oh. This shot, however, is the best. Now I'm convinced that these are transports. Now I'm utterly convinced. And I love the fact that this looks like Walt Disney. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. You know, I'm not making any broad statements here. I'm just, laying that out there. It's the Magic Kingdom, bros. Moving further along, you have this little guy. It's a drone. It's a little drone. It's a little happy drone. And it has happy accidents. Prisoners, of course. Look at that. Look. It's just perfect. It's so perfect. It's so perfect in every single way. I've seen a couple of things, but there's just nothing there that really stretches out to me like this is a glaring, XYZ. This, on the other hand, look at this. Here's the focus once again. Things going on in the background. I mean, things going on in the background. Let's look right here. Look at this little guy. There he is. Look at him. It's a little nurgling. But what is happening with him? So, this is why I love this so much. Because there has been so much research. There was so much interest. I even love the fact that the wires are labeled. Even the wires carry their own significance. In terms of if you know how to read stamps on wires, you can tell so much about what's going on here. So these little details that are put in here are just amazing, and I just adore them. That is probably one of the creepier shots right there. I don't know what's going on with this guy. In some ways, I'm a little bit worried to find out. But here is the big problem. Now, that is an issue. That is a very, very big issue. Because those are Iron Warriors. I cannot wait for part 2 of this. I literally cannot wait for part 2. Because with these guys getting into it, if it was bad before, it's going to turn nightmarish once they get involved. And we saw them in the background a little bit earlier in there, but once again, so much stuff goes on in the background, and the focus isn't directly on them. So you'd have to catch those things going on. I'm probably gonna. I have missed more things than I caught in this. I have missed more things than I caught, and that's always a good thing. That is always a good thing for you to be able to go back through and check out something 4, 5, 6 times and still miss things that are going on in the background. This was expertly done, wonderfully voiced and researched. Warpugs, I think I'm done gushing over this. This is the kind of stuff that you need as far as a fan animation. So, Moskoni, amazing. Amazing. I'm hitting that subscribe button right now. That was absolutely wonderful. Okay, so down In his description, he puts, in an effort to extinguish a prominent blood-pact leader, a Karsakin kill team deploys into the chaos-occupied world of Eclipsium Prime. I have nothing. Nothing more to say. A guy with... Down in this comment section, a guy said, with Perch Robert's face, says, "Good to see the old MG42 is still kicking over 38,000 years later." Why? It's a gun. It's a gun. Warpugs, I'm going to head out from here. All of Moskoni's links are going to be in the description down below. I highly recommend you guys go check him out. Hit subscribe like I did, because I want to see more. I want to see more from this guy. I really, really do. And, all the links are going to be in the description down below, including my own. Just put my elbow in something I didn't know was there. That was great. All the links are going to be in the description down below. Check those out, including my own, to the merch store, everything like that. Yesterday I found out that I need to record the entirety of the Morty and Iron Guard video, because everything tanked. And I lost too much work. But it's still coming out because I'm stubborn. I will catch you guys next time. And I hope you have a good day. Warpugs, this was